Hey, Warrior Goddess Garden, Carrie Starr here, and this is the place where we turn pain into growth, power, and beauty like a beloved garden. And today's topic is amazing. The power of being a black sheep through the lens, how we deal with that through the lens of the Four Agreements, an amazing book that has changed my life. Welcome if you're new. I encourage you to subscribe, hit the like button. If you do subscribe, let me know in the comments. I would love to welcome you personally. And today's topic is very close to my heart. I have been through this. I have felt like a black sheep in my family. And if this is how you feel as well, you are in the right place. This is a really amazing, this is going to be a really amazing video. So Don Miguel Ruiz wrote the Four Agreements years ago, and it is a life changer for me. It's a very simple book, very simple concepts that change lives. And in number 2, looking at do not take anything personally. This one for me has probably been the biggest life changer because I really used to take things personally. I was very invested in what other people thought of me, and I then would use that lens to look at what do I think of myself. And that is the opposite of what a healthy person does and what a healthy path looks like. And so I'd like to read just 2 or 3 sentences here from Don Miguel Ruiz. So he says, do not take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. And that, in the scope of being a black sheep or feeling like an outcast in your family, is life altering. So I've got 4 things that we're going to look at today in how we can not take things personally and empower ourselves. Number 1, taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness. It is our ego at work, and it does not serve us. Stories that we create in our mind about what other people think of us, and then we choose to think that of ourselves, is the biggest lie of who we truly are in our lifetime. The reason why this is a maximum expression of selfishness is because it's making the assumption that who someone else is who we are, because people can only offer us what they are. They can't offer us, who we are. We have to cultivate that in ourselves. So number 2, it leads right into number 2. It's never about me. So what someone else says or thinks about me is never about me. Not ever. And if this is a new concept for you, I know that it can be a mind bender. I totally get that. And so let me tell you a little story about what helped me finally understand this in a really, really big way. I had someone in my family who wrote some things about me that were very, very painful and hurtful. And for years, I really struggled with why would they do this? It was very detrimental to my life in that it caused me pain for years until something happened. So they wrote something about me that was very painful. It really hurt my feelings. It really made me doubt myself on so many levels because I was really invested in what my family thought of me, as many of us are. And I was really struggling for years on how to forgive. Like, how did I get through this? If I wasn't going to take it personally, how on earth do I wrap my mind around the fact that they did something that to me felt so vicious. Like, I don't know how to wrap my mind around it, because in my heart and in my mind, I could never conceive or perceive of doing this to someone that I loved. So I was really struggling with, how do I get past this? How do I not take this personal? Like, they attacked me. How do I do this? And it was this beautiful offering from Tara Brach, a beautiful Buddhist teacher, and she had a meditation on forgiveness. And in the meditation, she had us hold in our mind's eye. We'd started our meditation, we had calmed our bodies, done the breath work. And in this meditation, she offered us the ability. She said, I want you to hold this person in your mind's eye and offer them love and gentleness. And as you're holding them in your mind's eye with love, I want you to now look through their eyes. I want you to step into them, and I want you to look at the situation that you're holding gently with love through their eyes, the situation that really hurt you. And I had the most profound experience. When I did this exercise with Tara, and I saw the lens, I saw the situation, this lens through their eyes, I immediately could see and understand what they were feeling. And what happened was, in that moment that they chose to project onto me and they chose to lash out at me, which is how it felt to me, they were looking at it from the view of a 9-year-old. They were 9 years old, and they were scared, and they were worried, and they were in deep fear. And they saw me and what my actions reminded them of that. And so they projected and they lashed out in their fear and in their worry and in their grief. And when I realized that what they had done had absolutely nothing to do with who I was, my value as a human, and my abilities as a woman in life, it changed everything. When I realized they had just projected their 9-year-old trauma on me. And I realized that I could in that moment see it. I remember the meditation so clearly. I could see it. I was crying. I felt immense love for them. And my heart really went out to them, because I could feel their own personal pain and fear and grief and worry and rage at that 9-year-old self. Like, they were so upset, and they had just pushed it onto me. And when I realized that nothing about that situation was personal, it was them projecting their own trauma, it changed my life. Because I really, really got this lesson that it is never, ever about me. It is never, ever about you. And I am reading some notes that I wrote. People can only offer us who they are, not who we are. So this person could not offer me in that moment, they couldn't offer me kind words or loving, help, or to really dig deep and just love me through it. They didn't have it within them. All they could offer me what was in them, and what was in them was a very scared, traumatized 9-year-old. And that's what they could offer me. Now, it's not to say that as a woman going through something difficult with my family member, that was really hard. That was really hard to handle and really hard to accept. But when I finally accepted, like, that was just where they were at. Like, and that's the truth. That was their truth at the time. That is what they could offer me. Whew, it was like a cascading effect of like being able to truly come to a place where I could just love on myself so deeply and be like, that had nothing to do with me. They came at me from a place of a 9-year-old. How can I fault them? Like, that's their truth. That's where they were at. And I love them. and I honor where they're at, and I don't have to take it personal. It wasn't about me. That changed my life. And I hope this story helps you, because this is a very personal story of mine. But I really want to tell it while honoring all of us involved. I really want to tell it because this is a life changer about not taking things personally, and how when we are the black sheep of the family, or we are the outcast, it can feel so easy for us to put ourselves down. Why can't we conform? Why can't we be what they like? Why can't they support us? Why can't they just love us the way we are? They could only love us the way they are if they loved themselves like that. And if they don't love themselves like that, they could never, ever offer it to us. And that's like the light bulb moment. They can't offer it, but we can be the type of people that offer it to the world. That is the power of being a black sheep. It is incredibly powerful and freeing, because we have the ability to love like that, and we can offer that to the world. That is why I started Warrior Goddess Garden, because I was able to cultivate, through some very deep pain, incredible growth, incredible personal power, and then creating something beautiful from that. That is a light and a beacon to others. It's so life-changing, this lesson. And so the fourth step that I'd like to offer is the power of forgiveness. When we realize that we shouldn't take, it's important not to take anything personal. What is a really beautiful skill to cultivate in our own hearts and our own minds, just like I did through that meditation, was the ability to forgive, because I'm releasing myself. Instead of saying, how could they do that? Why did they hurt me? Why can't they love me? How could they attack me like that? Don't they know how much they hurt me? You can feel all those feels. You can allow all those emotions to move through you, and to, transmute them and alchemize them and feel it all. I never want you to hold that back or to stuff it. I want you to feel it. And you can do that as simply as sitting in a chair or meditating or laying in bed and feel it. And then I want you to let that shit go. Because it was never about you. It was about them. And we're going to offer them forgiveness in step 4. So in step 4, the tool that I offer you is the Ho'oponopono prayer. It's been a life changer for me as well. It's a Hawaiian prayer. You can look it up in a search engine, or look it up on YouTube. And we're going to go over it right now. Ho'oponopono is 4 lines. It's very simple. It's like a tool you always have in your pocket. And you can take some deep breaths, and you can think of the person in your mind's eye, the person that you are struggling with, or the person that you're holding feelings towards that you really want to let go of. And so you can think of them, and you can offer them love. And then you say these 4 lines, preferably out loud, because remember, in video 1, our words are a manifestation. And so we say together the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. While you're holding them in your mind's eye, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Let's do that one more time together. So you hold the person in your mind's eye, and we say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And I'm here to say to you, beautiful black sheep of power, take nothing personal, because it is never about you. Not ever. You take your power back and cultivate love within yourself. All right, this is video 2 of a 4-part series where we are looking at being the black sheep through the lens of the 4 agreements. by a life-changing book. And thanks so much for being with me today. I would love you to hit subscribe and the like button, share this video, and I will see you in video number 3. All right, so love to you. Till next time.